It's that time of year, end of school, graduations, wedding season. We are sprinting into summer. Did I just stress you out a little bit? Don't worry though, in today's Care About, we are reframing and reprioritizing to make it to the finish line. Welcome back, Miss Cara Kneer.
I thought maybe when it showed us, I'd just be over here crying because I feel stressed.
I know. Well, listen, yeah, I mean, I said it last week in a segment. May is the new December. You know, in December with the holidays, everybody feels stressed. But that's, I think now, summer camps, you know, what are we doing with the kids this summer? You know, finishing up, it's a lot. But Cara's going to help us not be panicky.
I'm here to help.
Good.
I haven't even finished my taxes. Were they due? I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Last Tuesday.
I'm kidding. All right. I start to also feel panicky this time of year, but recently I read this article by behavioral expert Rene Rodriguez, and I wanted to share with you what he said because it helped me. Okay. Just by reading it. I haven't put it into practice yet, but I'm going to do that soon. Okay.
Good.
So first he starts off by asking, are you indeed a procrastinator? And one of the main identifiers in procrastination is that you can't prioritize. So if you don't know where to start, then you can't figure out what's important to you, so you just don't do it, which makes sense, right?
It does make sense.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Listen up. Number one, develop awareness. Okay, so expert Rene said he was oblivious until he realized how his procrastination affected his family, which I thought was really interesting. So he said he realized it was causing them such anxiety and it was disruptive to everyone's daily life. So he thought, okay, I need to do something about this.
So that's number one, is the awareness of it. And we talk about that a lot, and I've been listening to Mel Robbins' podcast.
Sure. And
she talks about how important it is the day before, the night before, doing everything that you need to do to set your day up for success. And if you don't, in the mornings that I don't do that, it's that anxiety. Then I'm putting it off on my kids, and then they're getting anxious. So everybody needs to have their next day all lined up, ready to go. And that's just going to help you.
Right, for sure. Okay, the second thing he said was growing self-control. So here Rene explains, this is interesting, the concept called proximity of consequence. I liked this a lot. So it means essentially how far away a consequence is from actually impacting your life. Here's an analogy Rene used. He said, okay, so somebody who smokes, for instance, I would say, do you know it's bad for you? They would say yes. And then I would say, you know you'll die because of it. And they go, yeah, of course. And then he said, does that help you stop? And they say no. And he said, well, because the proximity of the consequence is far away, right? So he said, then I tell the same person, why don't you just lace your cigarette with cyanide? And they're like, oh, why would I do that? And he said, because you would die, obviously I won't do, they say I won't do it because you'll die, and then that's an immediate proximity of consequence, right?
Right, so they're like, no way am I going to do that.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
It really does. It's hard to reframe it that way, but it does make sense. So instead of thinking of something far away, think of it drawing immediate change, and then it will help you kind of drop that habit or whatever you might, or addiction,
or create
whatever
the better habit. Create the better habit.
Okay. Next, number three, removing your ego. Okay, this one's pretty easy, but it is key to surround yourself with people who will hold you accountable and remind you of the commitment that you made to yourself. So that's important, not to have people that just are yes people, or you know, you don't need to do that.
Yeah,
everybody needs somebody that holds them accountable.
Yeah, well, you know, I have Jim. He's the sergeant in our house, but God love him. Happy to have him. Happy
to have him.
I'm happy I have him. He's a good man. But yeah, I mean, he's, you know.
Right. No, I know. That's good. I mean, you need to have somebody like that. If not, you'd just be willy-nilly all over the place.
And we're not.
We're not. No. All right. Speaking of being willy-nilly all over the place, stop the negative self-talk. Overcome the fear of failure, and don't talk down to yourself, and don't doubt your ability, because then you can mentally spiral, and that's not good, because then you will automatically say to yourself, why even do it? It's sort of like prioritizing. If you can't prioritize, you won't do it, and if you talk down to yourself, why would you even do it? I thought this was interesting too, because you think of perfectionists as a certain type of person, but they often struggle to complete tasks. But those expectations are unrealistic. So don't hold yourself to a crazy standard that you will never be able to fulfill.
Fulfill or achieve. Yeah, and that's, I mean, it kind of, we're paper people, we're list people, so it helps when, for me, when you prioritize whatever your actions are of the day, that you know, I love that feeling of marking it off my list, and then I'm feeling like, okay, and then of course you have some holdovers, but at least you feel like, okay, I have achieved something, and you don't do that negative self-talk, you're not hard on yourself, because that really does get you nowhere.
Yeah, and put some easy stuff on your list too. through that you know you can accomplish.
Yes.
And then you'll feel better too about yourself.
Part of what bogs me down, and we talk about this all the time before the show in the green room, is those mundane tasks that none of us like to do. You know, it's like the returns, or even like the errands, the stores, the doing this. And I mean, to me, that takes up so much of our time that, you know, you just like, sometimes you can get in the weeds with those types of things, and then you set aside the things that you really kind of need to be doing. So.
Delegate, maybe we delegate that to our partners.
Yes, hire an assistant. I can't do that, but that would be a lovely thought. Get the kids involved when they're old enough.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yes, so, all right, do you guys need any help pushing through your procrastination, or if you have any tips or advice for us, tweet us on our att&co Twitter page. We would love to hear from you. We're all in this together, as we like